Everybody, welcome back to Blaugrana Planet. Welcome back to new video today. The Super League is coming. Dun 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 dun. The Super League, guys, is now allowed, and in fact, the European Justice Court has declared that UEFA has now a monopoly on the European competitions, and that they cannot deny. Basically, they cannot force other parties to create other leagues. They cannot deny the creation of new European competitions. It is a small victory for the Super League, and certainly a small victory that could change football forever as we know it. It is incredible, guys. Welcome to the European Super League. Well, at least the beginnings, guys. At least the beginnings. A league that is with a new format, that has an open competition with several divisions, 60 to 80 clubs participating, less matches to protect the players, massive income for all the participants, including, they're talking about 300% income versus the actual income they get from the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League, and especially free broadcast for everybody around the world. This is a project, of course, that Mr. Joan Laporta, Mr. Florentino Perez have been working on for quite some time now, several years. They must be very happy. Sorry about this. Sorry, I made a mistake. Here is the picture of the two. Okay. I must say that probably the brains behind the Super League is Joan Laporta, because Joan Laporta has been talking about it for maybe more than 20 years, guys. Joan Laporta has thought about it, and he had it in his mind for more than 20 years ago. And I see a question which it's something interesting I'd like to talk about. Capte says, are we really going to receive 1 billion? I mean, 1 billion USD, you mean? Well, that's yet to see. We will see. Of course, there is several courts still having to decide whether or not UEFA is going to have to pay Football Club Barcelona, Real Madrid, and maybe some other clubs some money, some sanction, some compensation after everything, all the soap opera that went on a few years ago. You remember when the Super League came out, everybody was against it. In fact, here in this channel, we were for the Super League because we understood the detail of the Super League. We understood it was skipping the middleman. We understood that the Super League was positive and that it was to debunk the UEFA mafia that Mr. Alexander Ceferin has set up. And of course, not just him, but the people before him. It's basically a ripoff, because these clubs that generate the income then all go to UEFA, and UEFA really literally keeps most of the money, not most of the money, but a lot of money. UEFA keeps a lot of money into their pockets, into these people's pockets, when in fact the clubs are the ones generating the income. Without the clubs, there's no competition. Reason why this European Super League was created, where the clubs are gonna be the ones ruling the competition, not UEFA, not FIFA. They're not gonna be deciding what are the prices. And what is the format? This is the format, guys. Well, it's gonna be a format with 64 teams. First of all, with a league stage and a knockout stage. And it's gonna be divided, guys, in 3 leagues, okay? So it's gonna be beginning with 64 participants and in 3 leagues. The Star League, the Golden League, and the Blue League. Let me tell you, I think the names are kind of weak. Maybe they could have improved the names. Maybe they could have improved the names. And I see Jerry saying most European clubs do not want to join the Super League. We'll talk about it in a second, and it'll be very interesting for you guys, my thoughts here, but let's explain the Super League before, because I know that slowly a lot of clubs are going to be wanting to join the Super League. Believe it or not, it's going to happen. Watch it happen, guys. Watch it happen. We will see if the Super League ends up happening. But I know that right now some clubs are overreacting. You know why they're overreacting? Because they are afraid, unlike here in this channel that we go all in, some clubs are afraid to face the fans' rejection. You know, the fans at the end are the ones creating the revenue for these clubs, and some clubs are afraid. Other crappy clubs, they have interests and they have shares within the television space. You know, and you guys, if one day we make a video of how much money the television space moves around, you will understand why, for example, PSG, why, for example, Man City, why, for example, many other European clubs are flat rejecting the Super League, because they have shares in beIN Sports and Sky Sports and other broadcasts, and they make thousands of millions a year out of the UEFA Champions League rights of retransmission, the TV rights. The TV rights, they make money, these cunts, man. They do make a lot of money. And the Super League is gonna clean up all this mafia. This dirty mafia is gonna be cleaned up. And I'm sorry if I'm being really strict and so straightforward, but I'm tired of these mafia people, and I'm tired of their brainwashing, and I'm tired of their greenwashing as well, you know, making it look like, oh, the Super League is gonna go against everybody. Well, no, I'm so forward to cutting the middleman, cutting this mafia. We will have to decide whether the Super League format is the appropriate one or not, you know. But what I want is to cut the middleman, which is a scam, a complete scam. Then there are a few things from the new format which I like, others things that I don't like so much, okay? And in fact, is of course the way that it's very difficult to get clubs from the Star League and the Gold League out of the competition, right? Because, okay, so you have 3 stages, right? You have 3 leagues. So imagine you're a team like Girona, okay, you're topping La Liga, etc. You would be able to join the Blue League, but then to join the Blue League, you would have to win the Blue League, or at least be in the top 2 position, and in order to join the Gold League, and in order to join the Star League, you would need to be in the top 2 position to join the Star League, right? You would need to top the top 2 position of the Golden League in order to go to the Star League. This is how it works. Basically, if you see, for example, this is the Blue League. So if there is there like 2 groups. Basically, here the winners of the Blue League, of the knockout stages, they would go up to the Gold League, and the losers here of the knockout stages, or the group stages of the Gold League, would go down to the Blue League. And what happens when you are in the Blue League? Where if you're in the Blue League, you're in risk of getting literally kicked out of the Super League, because in the Blue League basically has 16 teams every year that are changing. Okay, so you have the domestic leagues. Okay, so Spanish La Liga, the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the Serie A. Okay, so the domestic leagues, every season there's 16 new teams joining the Blue League. Okay, so this is how it works. Basically, if you're a team that's in the Star League, you're gonna need 2 years to get kicked out of the whole thing, because first of all you need to go to Gold League, and then you need to go to the Blue League and get kicked out of the Blue League, losing the Blue League. I mean, not winning the Blue League, right? So this is how the format works, which means it's a little bit restricted. It's not like the actual Champions League, where, you know, from the domestic leagues, the top 3 or top 4, they go into the knockout stages, and from there the top 2 of each knockout stage go into the round of 16. It's not like this. Well, it's going to be a little different, and it's moreover somewhat like the basketball Super League. That's a little bit it, right? So that's how it works, guys. That's literally how it works. And today we also saw the CEO of A22, which is the agency behind the Super League. His name is Bernd Richard. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but he says this latest Super League proposal has come to light with the contribution of many clubs, not only Barca and Madrid. We have spoken with many clubs in recent months, but these clubs are afraid to appear publicly because of the threats. Many clubs support the project, and I'm talking about the threats a lot of them created by this dirty mafia that is UEFA and their partners, that basically are the ones that hold TV rights like PSG holds beIN Sports rights, okay? Bernd kept on talking. This was in Gigantes for Gerard Romero. He says, I want to make it clear that Super League will not only be free in Europe, but all over the world. Everyone will be able to watch the matches for free. Now imagine you're the owner of beIN Sports and you're making 1,000 million every year on the Champions League TV rights. Imagine how crazy you would go if you can lose this situation. That's why they start all this propaganda. They are going to start the propaganda, but they are now a little bit more careful than the last time, because the last time they went all in and you know, Barca and Madrid, the project of the Super League kind of fell. But you know why Joan Laporta and Florentino Perez remained in the project and went into the courts? Because they knew they were right. They knew they were debunking the monopoly. They knew. Bernd keeps on saying, we will triple the revenue of small clubs compared to what UEFA gives them right now. Everything will be public, so that there's transparency. Okay, what is the answer? What is the answer from Mr. Alexander Ceferin, the gangster number one of football? Well, UEFA President Alexander Ceferin on the Super League says, we will not try to stop them. Of course, you tried, but the court told you to fuck off. They can create whatever they want, he continues saying. I hope they start their top competition as soon as possible with 2 clubs. Ironically, he says, you know, football is not for sale. Well, things are going to change, guys. Things are changing. I believe in the project. And I'm looking forward to what you guys have to say. Let's make a little quick Q&A. By the way, there's only 24 likes. Come on, smash the likes. Make sure to smash the likes. And I know I've been a little hyped right now, but you know, I think that there was a lot of people hating on the Super League. They had no idea of what the Super League was. It is true, let me tell you, it is so true that the first version of the Super League was crap. Okay, so the first format was bad. They transformed it. I'm not so keen on this new format, but certainly breaking the middleman is important, and getting rid of the middleman is important. And of course, what about all these clubs that have rejected the Super League now? Guys, their shitty statements, they're coming out, oh yeah, we're gonna reject the Super League. Of course they're gonna reject the Super League now, because everybody, the public opinion is mostly towards the Super League, although for example, in the Barca fan base, a lot of people here in Barcelona, they start understanding what the Super League and what benefits could bring to the clubs, and what benefits could bring to football, and then they start towards a positive opinion for the Super League. And I think slowly this is how it's going to happen. Now it's the moment for Florentino Perez, Joan Laporta, to start negotiating with a lot of clubs, even with FIFA and UEFA, okay, and with each domestic league. It's the moment to start negotiating, guys, okay? So we start from zero yet again. This was all the war towards, can we do it or can we not do it? It doesn't mean, okay, now it's gonna start, okay? The Super League is not gonna start next year, okay? It's not. It's probably gonna start in 5-6 years, most probably. After Joan Laporta, after Florentino Perez, they negotiate with all these clubs. And they, well, I think they will eventually win the argument versus FIFA, UEFA, unless FIFA and UEFA pull down their pants and start giving way more money to the clubs, which, you know what, I think eventually this is what will happen. If UEFA is smart enough, they will understand that they are the biggest mafia gangsters, and that they're milking all these clubs, making them play so many competitions, milking them to death, and FIFA as well, with all their international breaks and shit. They should be paying for all these injuries that they create. Gavi's injuries, they're indeed paying, but you know, I think there's a psychological damage and then physical damage as well. But I think that FIFA and UEFA will most probably lower their pants and end up paying maybe twice the amount that they're paying right now to avoid the creation of the Super League. And I know, it's a controversial topic, but I want you guys to let me know what your thoughts about the whole thing. So make sure to write down in the comments. I know it's been quick, it's been a crazy video because I'm crazy like this. And you know, I certainly believe, and if you knew, probably you know what's going on, guys. Favour is a gangster. We need to stop this. So now, thank you everybody for joining. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so, because this is your channel. And now, and as I always say, Visca el Barça, Visca Catalunya, and see you in the next video.